searched him on his person. They said they've begun going through them, encrypting some of them, and giving them back to the defense. That will take some time. There are going to be some motions in this case. One of those was addressed today.
You talking about I'm gonna show out? It's just my life. You can't get mad. Get the my page. Tell me I'm gonna show out. I ain't no show out. I earn my shit the hard way. It's happened, and I can't say if it is or it's not a mistake, but things happen in life.
CNN has reportedly released Floyd Mayweather's bank statements proving that he is indeed bankrupt. In mid-April 2025, a series of posts and videos began circulating on social media platforms claiming that CNN had obtained and released Floyd Mayweather's personal bank statements.
Had asked for an investigation into leaks, saying that they believe the government, which he suggested that the government was trying to, he accused the government of making a takedown of a successful black man.
The story first appeared on a popular Reddit thread where anonymous users shared low-resolution screenshots purported to be Mayweather's account balances, showing negative or zero amounts. These posts claimed that CNN anchors had discussed the leaked statements during a special Financial Watch segment, further fueling online chatter. According to the shared screenshots, the leaked bank statements show multiple accounts in Mayweather's name with balances ranging from -$25,000 to $0, alongside large pending debits labeled as alimony payments, tax liens, and attorney fees. One page allegedly lists a total liabilities figure exceeding $120 million with no corresponding assets. Contributors to the Reddit thread noted that the documents appeared to have been redacted. Black bars obscured key details such as account numbers, leaving only blurred images of official bank letterheads. Proponents of the claim argued that such redactions implied authenticity, suggesting CNN had legally received the documents under SHIELD laws, yet chose to obscure sensitive information before public release. Following the initial leak, a flurry of influencers and commentators picked up the story. The combination of high-profile attention and dramatic thumbnails drove millions of views across platforms. Even respected boxing podcast hosts devoted entire episodes to decoding the leaked documents, dissecting every line item, and speculating on possible legal repercussions. Moreover, Stephen A. Smith is once again sounding off about Floyd Mayweather, this time after authorities raided the retired boxing champ's properties amid an ongoing probe into accusations of financial misconduct and outstanding debts.
Ladies and gentlemen, chaos broke out. And I'm not talking about legit, bona fide boxing, pure boxing chaos. I'm talking about the kind of stuff that's just embarrassing. Look at this here, please.
Federal agents reportedly raided Floyd Mayweather's residences in Miami and Las Vegas shortly after his company, Mayweather Promotions, came under investigation for alleged tax evasion and other financial misconduct. During the searches, the FBI reportedly uncovered multiple forged documents in Mayweather's possession. On his show, Stephen A. Smith didn't hold back, declaring that Floyd Mayweather is as guilty as some of the most notorious financial criminals out there. This came after news broke that Mayweather's home had been raided. Investigations later revealed a surprising twist: many of the properties Mayweather flaunted as his own were actually part of strategic brand partnerships. In these deals, he posed as the owner to boost the property's appeal and lure in buyers, receiving either payouts or a handful of properties in return. However, the FBI wasn't impressed. They viewed the arrangement as a deceptive scheme designed to mislead the public. Stephen A. Smith was deeply disturbed by the revelations, particularly the FBI's findings that linked Mayweather to multiple cryptocurrency scams. In these schemes, Mayweather allegedly promoted fake coins only to vanish once his followers invested and suffered financial losses.
And you are as great as Floyd Money Mayweather. Everybody doesn't deserve to be in your space. I know you like to make money. You're never going to stop making money. Very, very few people on the planet know how to make money like you know how to make money. But some of this stuff has got to stop.
Stephen A. Smith pointed out that Floyd Mayweather seems to have built a career around brand ambassador deals, projecting an image of ownership over certain brands and companies, only for it to surface later that he was merely a paid promoter. In reality, Smith suggested, Mayweather doesn't truly own anything. He even joked, who's to say those private jets he flaunts aren't just part of the sponsorships too? The only thing anyone can say for certain about that man is his boxing record. Beyond that, his true assets remain a mystery. However, footage from the raid on his home suggests Floyd Mayweather is far deeper into cryptocurrency scams than shady real estate ventures. Stephen A. Smith even exposed several of Mayweather's hidden crypto dealings over the years. In my opinion, crypto is where most of Mayweather's real criminal behavior is buried, mainly because it flies under the radar. Together with his crypto partners, he swindled his own fans out of hundreds of millions. Hopefully, the authorities start digging into this side of the story with the seriousness it deserves. Moreover, Smith recently disclosed that ZachXBT, a well-known blockchain sleuth, has accused Floyd Mayweather of ties to multiple token scams. According to the ESPN commentator, Mayweather's past is already riddled with legal battles and settlements over questionable crypto ventures. At one point, Zach Eddy publicly criticized the former boxing champion on X, calling him out for allegedly promoting yet another shady token. Some people never stop scamming their fans. He remarked, the crypto community erupted in anger over the claims, with one user commenting that he could now say with certainty that the net worths of some celebrities are nothing but smoke and mirrors. One commentator pointed out how baffling it is that someone as wealthy as Mayweather Jr. would still resort to fraudulent schemes. Another questioned whether he would ever face real consequences for the scams linked to his name, expressing frustration that he seems to repeatedly dodge accountability. This isn't the first time ZachXBT, a respected figure in the crypto community known for his deep dive investigations into rug pulls, scams, and hacks, has called out the former WBC super featherweight champion. In fact, ZachXBT previously exposed at least a dozen crypto projects tied to Mayweather Jr. that ultimately collapsed. Mayweather later unveiled a new token named Floyd, heavily promoting it across his social media channels. Yet after numerous investors had already bought in, he abruptly deleted his promotional posts. This sudden move raised fresh concerns that he might once again be involved in questionable dealings. It's worth noting that Mayweather had previously pocketed tens of millions through a series of crypto-related projects including Mayweather's, Ethereum Max, Bored Bunny, Real Floyd NFT, and Moonshot. In 2022, Stephen A. Smith reported that the Securities and Exchange Commission charged Mayweather for not revealing payments he received for endorsing 3 ICOs, one of which included a $100,000 payout from Centratech. It was claimed that Mayweather leveraged his Twitter account to urge his followers to join Centra's ICO, warning them that it was launching imminently and advising them to buy tokens before they ran out. Smith also pointed out that years ago Mayweather had been fined more than $1,600,000 for illegally endorsing cryptocurrency offerings. These revelations were uncovered during a search of his Las Vegas residence. According to the host of the Stephen A. Smith Show, many investors have faced substantial financial losses as a result of Mayweather's promotion of deceptive ventures. The Centra ICO, Ethereum Coin, Bored Bunny NFTs, Floyd's World, and Floyd Token projects have all been flagged as rug pulls. In these cases, the creators pulled the liquidity without warning and vanished, leaving investors holding tokens that became worthless. Floyd Mayweather's association with these ventures has caused significant harm to many people. Furthermore, commentator Stephen A. Smith highlighted that Mayweather was among several celebrities caught up in these financial scandals.
Viciously, his head did a 180 before he fell on his face. To report to you that I'm incredibly disappointed in one of my all-time favorite fighters.
The U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission has repeatedly linked Mayweather's name to these illegal activities in their public statements. According to the U.S. financial regulator, the guys concealed money they were paid to endorse certain Bitcoin investments. The individuals involved neither confirmed nor refuted the allegations but chose to settle by paying over $750,000 in penalties. These two cases marked the SEC's initial action regarding violations tied to initial coin offerings, a relatively recent investment method linked to cryptocurrencies. An ICO enables investors to purchase tokens or coins issued by a company, providing a way to invest in its future. Although the language has evolved, the SEC has cautioned investors, emphasizing that it considers numerous offerings to fall under the scope of current securities regulations. These regulations mandate the disclosure of any payments made in exchange for publicity. The SEC revealed that Mayweather was paid thousands of dollars to promote 3 different offerings, one of which was from Centra, a Miami-based company accused of fraud in April. Among his promotions was a tweet urging his followers to act fast before Centra's ICO sold out, with Mayweather claiming, "I got mine." The SEC pointed to a post on Mayweather's Instagram where he predicted a large payout from another ICO, and a tweet where he jokingly dubbed himself Floyd Crypto Mayweather. Back in 2017, despite his massive earnings from the McGregor fight, similar speculation emerged. Now, even with a reported $500 million net worth by Sports Illustrated, the boxer is proudly showing off his $50 million Gulfstream G650. A recent report revealed that Floyd Mayweather recently visited the idyllic island of Roatan in the Bay Islands, where he showcased his private jet. In a Facebook post, Plosa shared photos of the retired boxing champion, including one featuring his jet, while highlighting Mayweather's praise for the island's stunning natural beauty, the warmth of its people, and the region's rich culinary offerings. Interestingly, Mayweather owns a second private jet, though the cost of this one remains undisclosed. Regardless, while in Roatan, he was presented with an award and a special gift from the Minister of Tourism, Yadira Gomez Bird, a book chronicling the history of Roatan. Although Mayweather has faced accusations of financial difficulties before, he consistently dismisses such claims through his lavish lifestyle. But do you think there might be any truth to the rumors of his bankruptcy? However, after days of silence, Floyd Mayweather finally broke his silence. Shutting down allegations of debt, financial crimes, and tax issues with a series of tweets before jumping on Instagram Live to flaunt his wealth, showcase his wristwatches, and address the controversy directly with his fans.
So if certain people want to wear, true religions, certain people want to wear Jordans, I don't knock that. We all got to start from somewhere. I buy my kids Jordans all the time. You know what I'm saying? And at one particular time, I was wearing True Religion jeans, and I still don't knock True Religion jeans. You know why? Because that's a multi-billion-dollar company. You have to start from somewhere. So, I'm not here to knock nobody. We all live our life the way we want to live our life. Now, see, my lifestyle is a little different. I dress different.
No report has confirmed that he actually owns any of the properties. Instead, it's likely he was paid as a brand ambassador, posing as the owner to help attract buyers and renters as the developers prepare to sell them off. Still, the boxer known for flaunting his wealth defended himself on social media Monday, insisting that his empire is rock solid and claiming the IRS simply wants a share of his money. He even went as far as faking a tax receipt, posting it on social media to mislead the public. Mayweather's nickname, Money, perfectly captures not only his dominance in the boxing ring but also his unmatched ability to generate immense wealth through his fights and business ventures. However, Floyd Mayweather has publicly claimed on social media that he paid an 8-figure sum in taxes just last year. Floyd Mayweather is regarded as one of the wealthiest athletes in history, with his dazzling performances in the ring earning him massive fight purses and the fitting nickname Money. Although retired from professional boxing, Mayweather has remained active through a series of exhibition bouts while also managing a portfolio of businesses and multiple properties. In December, reports surfaced suggesting he had reached an agreement to face Manny Pacquiao in a 2024 exhibition match, likely set in Japan, as the two prepare to reignite their famous rivalry later this year. Mayweather, however, has made no effort to hold back on social media, proudly flaunting his earnings by posting a photo of his tax check alongside a typically brash caption. "Just before I dropped that light million in change for that little Super Bowl stuff, I had to pay the IRS aka Uncle Sam $18 million, he wrote on Instagram. He added, "This is what I owed in taxes while I'm retired. So just imagine what I was paying when I was active." As far back as 2017, Mayweather, responding to accusations of presenting fake documents, told reporters he had already handled his taxes. "I ain't worried about that. I just showed you all a $100 million check I didn't even cash right there on stage," he said, referring to his earnings from the Pacquiao fight.
Because I'm in a different tax bracket. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I dress different, I do things different, because I'm in a different tax bracket. I'm around different type of money.
We're not stressing over it. Mayweather's tax attorney didn't immediately respond to a request for comment. It's also unclear whether the IRS attempted to withhold any portion of Mayweather's purse from his fight against McGregor, as the agency does not comment on individual cases. Nevada boxing regulators likewise did not immediately return a request for comment. According to Stephen A. Smith, Floyd Mayweather filed a petition with the DC-based U.S. tax court on April 13, requesting that his case be heard in Las Vegas. The petition follows a failed attempt between the taxpayer and an Internal Revenue Service officer to agree on how to settle the tax debt, explained attorney Leighton Kohler of the Las Vegas office of Dickinson Wright. Kohler is not involved in Mayweather's case. The appeals process may be giving Mayweather time to collect his millions from the August fight money he will presumably use to pay the Internal Revenue Service. Kohler, a former senior revenue agent for the IRS, noted that tax judges travel to Las Vegas only once or twice a year, often forcing taxpayers to wait 6 months to a year before their cases are heard. The 2015 lien is just one in a series of tax claims filed by the Internal Revenue Service against Floyd Mayweather over the past decade. The same can't be said for many of his former opponents, including the infamous Conor McGregor, who has remained in good standing with Ireland's tax authorities since that year. In the United States, McGregor is also reported to be debt-free in the states where he has fought. As for Mayweather, his career is often divided into two distinct eras, the Pretty Boy era and the Money Mayweather era. These two eras differ in almost every way. First, there's the boxing style that defined each period. The earlier era was marked by dominance, ferocity, and devastating knockout power, while the later era emphasized a high boxing IQ, immense technical skill, and near impenetrable defense. We're not stressing over it. Mayweather's tax attorney didn't immediately respond to a request for comment. It's also unclear whether the IRS attempted to withhold any portion of Mayweather's purse from his fight against McGregor, as the agency does not comment on individual cases. Nevada boxing regulators likewise did not immediately return a request for comment. Another clear contrast was the money earned in each period. Pretty Boy Floyd made decent earnings under Top Rank's banner. But in the Money Mayweather era, he raked in hundreds of millions. As Pretty Boy, he stayed relatively clean with his taxes and lived as a law-abiding citizen. But as Money Mayweather, he became a figure marred by financial controversy, falsifying tax documents, and dodging payments. Yet when it comes to pinpointing exactly when the money spree began and his career truly exploded, even Money Mayweather himself might struggle to tell the full story. Although five-division champion Floyd Mayweather made countless appearances in the boxing ring during his storied career, it wasn't his success as a boxer alone that launched the Money Mayweather era. On March 30, 2008, during a brief retirement following his win over Ricky Hatton, Mayweather stunned the wrestling world by stepping into the WWE ring to face the 7-foot-tall Paul White, better known as The Big Show, delivering one of the most unforgettable moments in wrestling history. At WWE's No Way Out pay-per-view before WrestleMania 24, Floyd Mayweather confronted the world's largest athlete, Big Show. During the heated encounter, Mayweather broke Big Show's nose with a punch. The match was set, and Mayweather went on to win, keeping his undefeated persona intact. According to a TalkSport report, Mayweather later claimed he earned $20 million for the fight. 17 years after the iconic event, Triple H, real name Paul Michael Levesque, appeared on the Flagrant podcast with Andrew Schultz, where he revealed a surprising truth about Floyd Mayweather. The wrestler shared that he had trained Mayweather for the match, but the real highlight was his revelation about the origin of Mayweather's money persona. Triple H said, he was a huge fan growing up. That's where the whole Money Mayweather thing came from. He had a conversation with me saying, I knew Pretty Boy Floyd was only going to get me so far. Triple H continued, you could argue I was the greatest boxer, but the real argument is what's the greatest box office? How do you create that? I need to build a character and I need an avenue to sell that character. The 55-year-old went on to explain that Mayweather, inspired by WWE, created his Money Mayweather persona. He developed the character and then marketed it through HBO's 24/7 series, using that platform to sell the character to the public. Interestingly, his earlier Pretty Boy Floyd persona was less focused on showmanship and more on in-ring performance, in contrast to the self-promoting nature of the Money Mayweather character that would later define him. On the other hand, Money Mayweather was a larger-than-life showman, fully embracing controversy and wealth to cement his status as a cultural icon.
Ever. All right, now Floyd Mayweather Jr., there's a story circulating that Business Insider did talking about this $400 million property deal that he had been discussing here in New York City. But now, according to Business Insider, it's not what you think it is. They said there's no evidence there's been a sale of these properties, and it's 62 rental apartment buildings in Upper Manhattan. Here is what Floyd Mayweather had said at the time on a video that he posted on his Instagram.
I love bringing the people into my lifestyle, showing the people how I live. Now, I know you guys see me on a regular talking about real estate. Well, lately, I purchased 62 apartment buildings in New York City. And what I need you guys to do, slide over and check out the photos. It's not all 62 buildings, it's a few buildings, but guess what? All the buildings belong to me. I don't have no partners. And all the retail down low on my buildings.
That said, did you know Levesque wasn't the only one to speak about the legendary segment involving Mayweather at WrestleMania 24? According to a report from TalkSport, WWE legend Paul White recalled asking Floyd Mayweather to actually break his nose during their iconic 2008 segment. White shared, "I told Floyd, hey, when you do this run, I'm half nuts, so if I get my hands on you." The adrenaline turned real when Mayweather ended up busting White's nose at No Way Out. Rapper 50 Cent has often boasted about his close friendship with former boxer and current businessman Floyd Mayweather. However, like many relationships, theirs has also seen its share of disagreements. Despite Mayweather's undefeated retirement in 2017 and despite the challenges, there have been more positive moments and acts of solidarity between them, such as his support during his 2012 prison sentence for domestic violence. However, today a dispute involving money keeps them apart. Yet the tension between them isn't enough for 50 Cent to overlook the aggression and falsehoods aimed at destabilizing him, especially when some claim Mayweather is bankrupt following a series of bad business ventures in real estate. Although the rumors lack basis and the details of his finances remain unclear, it's also true that 50 Cent has yet to forgive a significant debt rumored to be the source of their ongoing conflict, amounting to $2 million. Recently, he spoke out in defense of Mayweather, addressing the lies and speculations surrounding the boxer's alleged financial struggles in a video. The rapper, who often highlights his friendship with the boxing legend, emphasized that unlike others in Mayweather's circle, he has never relied on his wealth. This, he believes, gives him a moral authority that others lack. "We're drifting apart because I don't need him," he explained, noting that Mayweather used to tolerate the codependency of others. But in an interview with Jimmy Fallon, Mayweather revealed his alleged real estate portfolio, stating, "I don't know the exact figure, but I currently have over 100 buildings or more. I think 99% of them are in New York City." However, 50 Cent mocked this claim, ironically suggesting that it was a lie. One thing that stands out about Floyd Mayweather is that when so many voices echo the same sentiment, it's often a sign of truth, suggesting that Mayweather might either be bankrupt or dangerously close to it. So that's all from today's video. Stay tuned, and we will catch you in the next.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. For more exciting videos, make sure to hit the bell icon and stay updated. Subscribe to Boxing Hub now for all the latest in boxing.